So I have 3 objectives today. Number 1 is I would like to laugh and learn. Would you agree we can laugh and learn? And I need to. I've been kind of depressed. Yesterday, my grandson came over and I was putting my makeup on, and the kid says, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, it's to make Grandma look beautiful." Kid looks at me and he goes, "You got anything else?" So I was feeling bad, and I needed you guys today. And the second thing I want to do is I want to help you make some, help me out. What's the M word? Money. All those in favor of making some more money, show of hands. About half of you. And the third thing I want to do is I would like to help you become better, more powerful salespeople and sell a home in less time. Would you like that? So what is it we have to know about how to make sales in order to make that happen faster and better? And when I think about making sales, I'm thinking, we all love to buy stuff, don't we? I mean, that's what we do, isn't it? If they give you money, what do you do with it? Buy stuff. But we hate to be sold to. Have you ever noticed that? We hate to be sold to. So what's the difference? What's wrong with the salespeople that bother us versus the salespeople that we enjoy working with? I would say number 1 is the people that bother us are the ones that forget, and instead of doing what the other people want. Here, I always say this, I say, sell them what they're buying and not what you're selling. So what does that mean? Sell them what they're buying and not what you're selling. It says you got to pay attention to what it is that they want. Isn't that right? And don't you think that's one of the things that bothers you when salespeople don't listen to what you want? In fact, some of them think selling is talking. And selling's not talking. Selling's listening to what it is the other guy wants. In fact, it even says so in the Bible. No, it does. Judges 15:15. It says, 1,000 Philistines were slain by the jawbone of an ass. And I'll tell you, there's been many a sale that's been killed with the same instrument. And so sell them what they're buying and not what you're selling. Here, let me give you an example of this. I'm the kind of person, I don't know why I went into real estate. I don't know. I can get lost in a cul-de-sac. So I go to the car dealership and I say to him, I says, "Listen, I'm buying a navigation system with the car around it." So he takes me all the way out to the end of the parking lot, shows me a car, missing one tiny little thing, help me out. Navigation system. So I say to him again, I said, "No, I don't think you understand what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to buy a navigation system with a car around it. So show me that." Takes me to the other end, he finds me a car navigation system, but he's trying to tell me about all the, you guys will understand, it's RPMs and horsepower and stuff like that. I look at him, I said, "Do you have any idea how old I am?" "I'm not going anywhere fast." "I just want to know where." Takes me on a test drive, shows me how fast the car goes. We get back to the lot. He's still selling the way he wants to sell, the things that are important to him. He pops the hood on the car. He wants me to look in there. I don't look in there. I mean, that to me, I have no business looking in there. That's like the private area for the car. That's none of my business. My car gets gas. Want something else? It's on its own. So isn't that what salespeople do? They sell what's important to him. Wasn't that what he was doing? He was selling what's important to him, was not paying any attention to what's important to me. So that's the thing that we have to do. We have to listen to what is it they wanted. And we have to stop and think, what's important to the other person? So the one thing that you need to do is to get to the other person's side of the table. What is it they're trying to buy? And I've been guilty of this myself. I remember years ago, my mother talked me into selling cosmetics with her. And we had 3 fragrances, and here's what I used to do. I used to say, well, now this is the first one, now this is my favorite, I really like this one, and I would hold it under her nose, and she would say, well, that's very nice, and I say, but we have another one, and here's this one, and I really like this one too, don't you? And she'd say, yeah, that one was nice, and then I'd open the 3rd one, and I'd say, you know, I don't even know why they sell this one. Smells like weeds. I'd stick it under her nose and she'd go, smells like weeds. I never sold any of it. One day I was talking to my mother about that fragrance and she says, that doesn't smell like weeds. She said, that one's my best seller. So me having a gift and all, I thought, how about if I shut up? And then I started to present them like this. Here's the first one. This is my favorite. I really like that one. Here's the second one. We have that too. I like that one. And we have this fragrance as well. How do you think of that one? And guess what happened? It started to sell. And that's when I realized the fragrance had not stopped the sale. I'm the one that stopped the sale. Nobody wanted to say to me, well, I kind of like to smell like weeds. Got anything like cat litter? Kind of like that too. So I think what we have to understand is that we often stop the sale by our own personal opinion. And I know when I first got into real estate, I had a wise old sage that gave me some wonderful advice. You want to take your pen out and write this one down because I don't want you to miss this one. Here's what he said. Shut up. You don't live there. What you've got to do is figure out what it is and how you can solve that problem for them. And how? By asking them questions, by listening to what they have to say. What's the problem they have? What is it that they need to get solved? And then how can you put the two of these together?